Hello everyone. School clubs taking action. The Canadian Supreme Court releases a controversial decision, and goodbye, Joanne. It is Wednesday, June 8th, and this is Quick Updates. Now, Ed was in Manitoba last week and was able to meet with the Winnipeg School Club there.
Hey, thanks, Colin. So cool to be on a Manitoba tour here. Was at Dufferin Christian School in Carman, now at Emmanuel Christian School here in Winnipeg. We're doing all kinds of things. I've been presenting to students on various topics: God and government, corruption in government, political action, preborn human rights. Tabitha Ewart was here as well. Lots of things going on with the school club. It's been really cool to get students engaged. We have so much to be thankful for with our school clubs. I got my main man, Jesse, over here. Jesse, we're in some kind of tiny mini hallway here with all kinds of pink and blue strips.
Yeah,
What's going on here?
So this year we decided to do the flag display. We participated in that, which was at the St. Barnabas Cathedral. And we decided to do our own flag display. And so each of these sticky notes represents 40 lives. We put up 80 per day for 23 days of the month of May. And so we put this up here in the hallway. And it's just a super cool thing to look at and put on perspective. It's a lot of unborn childs that are getting killed.
Awesome stuff. Back to you, Colin.
ARPA Canada! Booyah!
Thanks so much, Emmanuel School Club. Now, the Supreme Court released a decision recently that has people scratching their heads. Here's Curtis.
Thanks, Colin. I'm here at the Supreme Court today to introduce a new series of articles coming to ARPA's website called Case Comments from a Christian Perspective. In this series, ARPA's legal team will be providing in-depth analysis of recent decisions from courts across Canada. Decisions that touch on legal issues ARPA deals with, like criminal law, family law, and religious freedom. The first case we're covering is the Queen and Bissonnette, where the Supreme Court struck down a provision in the criminal code allowing for convicted murderers to serve multiple life sentences. The case has attracted a fair amount of media attention, and already there is a motion in the House of Commons responding to the decision. You can visit our website to read what the Supreme Court actually said and what ARPA has to say about it, legally and biblically.
Thanks so much, Curtis. Now, Joanne DeRuyter is saying goodbye to ARPA. Here's Will with more.
Hey, Colin. Today we say goodbye to Joanne DeRuyter, who leaves her position as donor administration after 4 years. We're grateful for all the work that she's done and pray for the Lord's blessing on her future. Thanks, Joanne. Soon we'll be posting a new position for financial controller at ARPA Canada. Details will be found on our website in the next week or two, so if you're interested, stay tuned. Back to you, Colin.
Thanks so much, Will. Now, we've been encouraged by supporters across the country taking part in mailing to MPs about Bill C-11, which expands government reach and oversight of the internet. Here's Levi with more on that.
Hey everyone, I just finished up writing one more of these colored envelopes for our campaign on Bill C-11, the Online Streaming Act. Now, this is an act that's really concerning because it could potentially impact the freedom of expression of Canadians all online. So in order to push back, we're encouraging members and all of you to come up with make a homemade colored envelope, one that's going to stick out to your member of parliament, and send it off to not only your local member of parliament, but all ones across Canada. You don't need to put a lot of information on there, just write a little brief thing on the back or inside, and send it off to the House of Commons. It's not take very long. We just finished a whole pile doing all the British Columbian MPs, so we encourage you that this is something that you or your school club, your chapter, or any other group can get involved in. If you want to know more about this particular campaign, we encourage you to go visit ARPA's website. Back to you, Colin.
Thanks so much, Levi. And finally, Ryan has some reminders for what you can do after the recent Ontario election.
Thanks, Colin. So the 2022 Ontario election is in the history books. Premier Doug Ford and the PC party, they're heading back to the Ontario legislature for a second majority mandate. So there's lots to discuss, lots to go over in the aftermath of the election. And so I want to point you to two things. First is a video on our site where Daniel, Colin, and we talk about what happened in the election. I encourage you to check out that video. And the second is a new article that was just published today. It looks at the lay of the land as well, but in a little bit more detail. Also looks at what are the priorities that we can expect, campaign promises that were made by the PC party. And we also look at what are some of the priorities that we have here at ARPA Canada. Some priorities that we are going to look to you, the grassroots, to engage on in the weeks and months to come as well. Finally, I want to leave you with a challenge to do two things. First, please consider sending a message of congratulation, either a card or an email or a letter to the Premier, your MPP. Congratulate them on their victory and wish them well as they pick up their task. And secondly, I want to challenge you to not forget to keep our MPPs and our Premier in our prayers. They need our prayers so that they can do their work and do it well. Back to you, Colin.
Thanks so much, Ryan. That's it for Quick Updates. Thanks to you for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next week.